Imagine this. You're flying through the Dolomites. The morning fog clings to the road like silk as you grip the leather wheel of what feels like a Ferrari, but costs half as much. Sounds too good to be true? Welcome to the world of the 2026 Alfa Romeo Alfetta, the car that dares to blur the lines between Maranello dreams and Milanese logic. But there's a twist. One serious flaw might make you think twice. Before you sell your BMW or cancel that Tesla pre-order, you need to hear this. Because what Alfa Romeo has done with the new Alfetta, it's either genius or madness. Maybe both. Recensione Alfa Romeo Alfetta 2026, l'anima Ferrari definitiva, a metà prezzo di non perdere, at first glance?
Ow!
The 2026 Alfa Romeo Alfetta doesn't just turn heads, it spins them. This isn't your average Italian sedan. This is a sculpted rebellion against German conformity. Flowing curves clash with sharp aggression in perfect harmony. The front fascia, a low-slung snarl with a reimagined trilobo grille, tighter, darker, more focused. The headlights' slim laser beams of anger, with its coupe-like profile, wide haunches, and 21-inch turbine alloys, it feels less like a sedan and more like a concept car that escaped the design studio. And yet, it wears its name with honor, a nod to the legendary Alfa Romeo Alfetta 2.0 of the past. But reborn for the electrified battlefield of today. Step inside and you're enveloped in a world where racing heritage meets luxury lounge. Suede and leather drape the cabin, aluminum accents trace the contours of the cockpit, but it's the details that seduce. The pulsating starter button on the steering wheel, the tactile feedback of the drive mode selector, the holographic HUD that seems to float in midair. A massive 15-inch curved infotainment system dominates, the dash running Alfa's new Emotion OS, developed in-house with Stellantis tech. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, of course, but swipe right and you unlock track view, real-time telemetry data, G-force graphs, and engine diagnostics. The 2026 Alfa Romeo Alfetta doesn't just move, it talks, it breathes, it competes. Rear. Passengers aren't neglected. The ambient lighting, massaging Alcantara seats, and a panoramic roof, even the backseat whispers La Dolce Vita. Under the hood lies something rare in 2026, a soul. A 2.9L twin-turbo V6, co-developed with Ferrari engineers. Singing its mechanical opera at 7,000 RPM, 560 horsepower, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.6 seconds. Top speed north of 300 kilometers per hour. Rear-wheel drive or torque vectoring, a WD, depending on your vice. And for those who think only electric is the future, the Alfa Romeo Alfetta 2026 offers a plug-in hybrid variant, 680 horsepower, 85 kilometers of electric range, and a whispered quiet city mode until you unleash it, then it howls. Isn't just a car, it's a statement.
Alfa Romeo.
Reminding the world, passion still matters. But here's the truth no one wants to say. For all its performance, drama, and style, the 2026 Alfa Romeo Alfetta has a flaw. One that American buyers, especially, will feel hard. And it's not the reliability that's been tightened. It's not the build quality that's better than ever. It's the price, not on paper, but in the market. Because while the official 2026 Alfa Romeo Alfetta price starts at $62,000, half the cost of a Ferrari Roma, the real cost is resale. Alfa's struggle in the American market means depreciation hits like a freight train. The 2025 Alfa Romeo Alfa saw 35% value loss in 18 months. So unless you're in it for the long haul, this Italian stallion might break your heart financially. Here's where the battle gets spicy. The biggest rival, the BMW M3 40iX, drive efficient, practical, surgical, but it doesn't feel, it doesn't speak. It doesn't grab you by the soul like the new Alfa Romeo Alfetta. Then there's the Tesla Model 3 Performance, fast, futuristic, and sterile. The Alfetta 2026 is everything Tesla isn't. Flawed, alive, and unforgettable. As Alfa moves toward full electrification by 2027, The 2026 Alfetta may be the last great gasp of analog emotion in a digital world. A true bridge between the Alfa Romeo Alfetta 2018, with its quiet cult following, and the all-new Alfa Romeo Alfetta destined to be purely electric. And don't sleep on the 2025 Alfa Romeo Alfetta Coupe variant, either teased at Geneva last year. Could change everything again. So should you buy the 2026 Alfa Romeo Alfetta? If you want a machine that looks like art, drives like fury, and feels like love, yes. Just be ready to own it with your heart, not your wallet. For those of you curious about the 2025 Alfa Romeo Alfetta price, it's expected to undercut the 2026 model by around $5,000. With fewer hybrid options and slightly reduced tech, but it's still a raw Italian gem. Check out our 2025 Alfa Romeo Alfetta review linked below. And to the skeptics who still think Alfa can't play with the big boys, drive this car. Hear that engine? Feel that chassis. And then try to forget it. You won't. Like this video. Smash that like button like you're shifting gears in a quadrifoglio. Subscribe for more high-octane reviews, from Ferraris to forgotten icons. Drop a comment. Would you risk it all for the 2026 Alfa Romeo Alfetta? Or are you sticking with the Bavarian Brigade? Till next time, stay fast, stay curious, and remember, the road isn't just where we go, it's who we become.